I'm Ann Shenton. I work for Ascend Inbound Marketing, and we are the ones who are bringing you this event today. We've got Damian Gray with Film Story, Glenn Boswell with Motion Wave Productions, and then Greg is with us at Ascend. These are what I believe are the best video production folks in town, along with TJ, who's actually filming the event for us today so that we can record this and send this out to y'all, and y'all can share it with your friends as well. And we really appreciate Damian and Glenn, y'all coming out here today. We're really excited about this event. The way it came about was the last event that we had. We put a survey out on the table with asking, what kind of events do you want to see us put on? And one of the top answers, if not the top answer, was learning more about video marketing. So that is why we are bringing this to you today. And we've got a list of questions. We will also be taking questions from the audience. So anybody who has a question about video marketing, feel free to raise your hand at any point throughout the presentation. We'll make sure that you get answers to those questions. I do have a microphone. Y'all are probably like, it doesn't seem amplified. The reason I'm holding this microphone is because it's transmitting to the camera for recording purposes, so the audio quality is good. But we don't really need like an amplifier in a room this small. So in case you were wondering on that. We do have a social media challenge for those of y'all who are active on Facebook and Instagram. You can read more about that on the sheet on your table. And for those who participate, you'll be entered into a drawing, which we will do at the end of the presentation. You can win some swag and also a chance to win a $20 Amazon gift card. So good deal. So yeah, without any further ado, I will go ahead and get started. First question I have is, and I'll send this one to Greg, what are the different ways to use video?
Okay. I'm Greg. I think there's 231 different ways.
About right.
Yeah. There are multiple different ways. I would start with like brand videos. So that could be a culture video telling your potential customers about like on an About Us section on your website. Well, instead of having that, you explain to them in video, you show them, you give your authenticity, you show them that you're a real person behind the website. Another way is so that's a culture video and company overview. So explaining what your company offers, different services you have. And then I would go into educational videos, so that's things like tutorials, explainer videos. Explainer videos, that helped us out a lot. So our partner company is Next Step, and one of the services they offer is cloud services. So we're like, we can't really video that. So we used graphics and animation to explain what the cloud service is, and we got a lot of great feedback from that. I would say another version is
Good promotional video.
Yeah, promotional videos for sure. So like if you have an event coming up, not necessarily doing a live event, but you could just record the event and use it for future use, make promo videos out of that. And I mean, if you feel comfortable with live events, that's definitely a lot of good feedback, a lot of good back and forth with your clients. I'm trying to think of the word for that. And that's most of the ones I can think of right now. I don't know, you guys have any different videos?
No, basically what
Yeah.
you said, I mean, is a good starting point when it comes to, just getting exposure for your company and just staying relevant in today's social media. Just always having any kind of fresh content out there just definitely helps out. Anything to put in?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, that's an interesting question. I think video production, even in itself, is just a tool that's used. So just like if you were, I don't know, any mechanics in here working on fixing the engine on your car and you need a Phillips screwdriver, or you need a flathead, or you need a wrench. there are many different things you can use that wrench for when it comes to fixing things. So I kind of translate that into video. When it comes to creating a video, I mean, the opportunities for that is endless as far as what you could use it for. But yeah, that's just what I kind of feel like that's what I wanted to start with. The limit to video is really you. There's so many different ways that can be applied to web design, adding it into your website, graphic design or graphics if you're marketing something, telling a story of an event that you went to, promoting a specific item, selling clothes, sharing your story to the camera. So many different ways, but yeah, it's a really solid tool to use. Yeah.
All right. This next question, I'll pop over to Glenn. Glenn, can you share your top do's and don'ts of shooting and recording video?
Well, there's definitely a million rules when it comes to shooting video and recording audio. But, I mean, just a few of the main rules is to just really think about who you have on camera, who that person is, what are they wearing. If you're shooting an interview, what's in the background? What else is people seeing as they watch this person talk on camera? You know, is there trash in the background that you accidentally didn't notice? More than likely, your viewers are going to notice that right away. So you definitely just want to really pay attention to what's in the background, what's in your surrounding area, as well as your lighting. Lighting can make or break a video. If you're shooting too dark or overexposed and you're outside and it's a bright sunny day right at noon, it's going to be very, very bright and it's going to be overexposed. One of the biggest things is your audio. If you're trying to shoot an interview and you're right next to a busy road, you will have terrible audio. And if people cannot understand what is being said, then you might as well scrap the video and reshoot it. So you definitely want to just really consider what else is the viewer seeing, clear audio. And I mean, to me, those are just some of the most important things. What do you think, Damian?
Sorry. Thank you. Honestly, I don't have too much to add, honestly. I was just thinking, I love the first thing you said is really you're thinking about the person. You're thinking about whoever's in front of the camera. I'm going to think about do's and don'ts. We've come to know that sound actually in video is a lot more important than the video itself, and the thing that you're seeing. So if you're not having clear audio, then honestly, you've kind of lost the battle already. So a lot of the times when I talk about filming, like if somebody here works for marketing for a company and maybe they're wanting to put out quick online videos for their company about something that's happening, a lot of the things I recommend is, even if you're using your iPhone or an Android phone, it's fine. Plugging in like Rode is an audio company. They have a lavalier microphone that you can jack into your phone. And then when you're recording, you have it up and you'll get the clear audio from the clip-on mic. That way, you have the video from your phone and you have the audio from the microphone. So the big thing for me, I think Glenn touched on everything, but I would just recommend definitely having clean audio on top of everything that Glenn said.
Yeah, anything, Brad?
One short thing is, with the way social media is now, you got to be your framing. That's kind of too technical, but back when I started, it was like a big no-no to just shoot vertical or square videos, and now it's like that's the thing. That's engagement. I mean, people are flipping through their phones. Bigger space, using square video. That's my.
Cool. All right. This next question, we'll go to Damian first. Which editing programs do you recommend? I mean, from a beginner level to advanced level.
Gotcha. It's a trick question. The best video what video editing system or anything like that I would recommend is the one that you have. Whatever you have access to, use. If you're using free content in your Apple, iMovie is a great tool to use for that. When I first started, that's what I used because it was free and I could not afford paying $30 a month with Creative Cloud. So yeah, I say whatever one you can get your hands on. Now there are a few that I am also aware of, like Windows has Movie Maker, and There's a few that I know of. Cut Story. I can't think of another one that I had came to my head. But they're pretty simple to find and use online. But a lot of times, honestly, they all kind of do similar things, which is why I'm saying it's not necessarily the software. It's the person that's behind the software. So whatever software you're using, spend time in it. And I guarantee if you keep working at it, you'll get the end result that you're looking for. But yes. That's perfect. Yes. Okay.
All right, before I go to the next question, does anybody in the audience have any questions they want to ask? All right, Claire.
What mic did you say that you could get for like just a phone?
What is the brand?
That's the Rode, RODE. And that is I think it's called the Rode Smart LAV microphone. And there's only one that they make that you can jack into your phone.
My other question was about, so I was taught with that the TV was this way, and so you wanted to video, and then wasn't with the phone, so with the camera. But and so it is a pet peeve of mine. But because I was trained that way, but so you said to use a square so that it can go either way. Is that what you said, or did you say?
Sorry. Yeah, square. So it's 4:3 ratio.
Okay, how do you tell your phone how to do that?
Oh, so that's more of post-production. So like when you're in your editing software, you would pick that ratio. I think it's.
So if you were using your phone,
Yeah.
and you were going to use it, would you recommend that you do it vertically or horizontally? Still do it horizontally.
Yeah. Unless you're like.
Most of the time, unless maybe you're shooting like an Instagram story.
Right.
But otherwise, you would still do it horizontally. Okay. Because Facebook Live now will not allow you to turn your camera.
Oh yeah.
True. Yeah.
They restrict
Yeah.
that.
So there are some limitations with some stuff.
But if you're making a video, do it.
That's what I would do.
Okay, I'm good with that.
All right, next up for Greg. What are some ways video will increase your marketing efforts?
First thing that comes to mind to me is brand awareness. You get that. People love sharing video on Facebook, social media. I mean, we keep going back to social media, but that's the biggest thing right now. It keeps growing. I know personally I'm more apt to share a video that I enjoy on Facebook, and then that just spreads the awareness. Engagement, definitely with video. You can go back and forth. Like if you're doing like a live event, you're talking to the people watching right there. You're getting feedback. I'd also say a lot of the video platforms now, like we use Wistia at Ascend. YouTube, I'm pretty sure does it too, but you can watch like individual viewers. You can see what they're watching, like when they drop off. So if you have like a 5-minute video and you notice a trend, like everybody's dropping off at 2 minutes, well then next video, keep it at 2 minutes. That way you save time and money. Those are the two biggest things that popped out to me. I don't know if you guys have any.
Sorry, I keep clearing my throat on this microphone. Increasing marketing efforts for video. The main thing I think about is, if I'm looking on a website, there's everything there that, shows the viewer who the company is. If I look at, maybe their Facebook, there are a lot of posts that, show who they are. I think with video, you're almost exiting marketing efforts, and now you're going into, okay, this is who we are. This is what we're about. This is our passion. This is our hopes. This is what we're wanting to do. And I guess I'm more so thinking in the eyes of a promotional kind of a thing. If you're promoting a business, or if you're promoting a product, or if you're promoting an event or anything like that, I think of the main way that I see how video improves marketing efforts is just that it builds that gap between a person who's never heard of you to a person actually knowing you. And we take a lot of time in practicing and really getting clear on storytelling and what the goal is for the video, so we can help share who that company is. So in regards to increasing the marketing efforts, I mean, that's video completely gives the viewer a very clear, focused source in identifying who the company is as a whole. And it gives them peace of mind in recognizing, okay, now I understand what this company is about. Now I understand what they're doing. Even if it's selling a shirt, I mean, there's a reason behind why they're doing that. So yeah, that's kind of, and that in itself, I mean, that's the return on the investment. That's the continual growth in company, because having it on your website is great, awesome, but being able to create something that can spread to other networks. For example, Ascend Inbound Marketing created a video. I don't know, I'm pretty sure everybody here has seen the advertising that they did on Facebook for this event. So they shared that, put that out there. They have a website, they put that out there. They shared that with me, with MotionWave. And then we shared that video to all of our people. And so the video itself gave the opportunity to spread that market, to spread the awareness. And at the same time, you come here, now you get to know who we are. So it's just a lot of different avenues for just opportunity to grow as a company, as a community. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I have, listening to him, to Damian, a personal story actually that I just thought of for brand awareness. So my Sunday school teacher, I mean, I've been with him for 3 years now, and he knows what I do, he knows where I work at. And it wasn't until I posted our company overview video on LinkedIn that he gave us a call and was highly interested in us working with his business. I mean, it just shows you the power of video. Like, we talk every day, but when he watched that video, something clicked.
What do you use to make video more intrusive, going not necessarily your website, but going out into the public, to YouTube and things of that nature? What do y'all do?
I mean, definitely you want to do a marketing strategy around it. Like, it's not like just one video usually, because of the multiple platforms that we have now. You want to cater to each platform because people go to each platform for a different reason. So utilizing that, and then using ad campaigns, because you can target areas, once you know your audience, you'll know to create the video towards that audience, and that captures their attention. Did you get, no? Yeah. Okay. Kind of.
Okay. I was kind of curious. I was just wanting to make sure I understood you. I was wanting to make sure I understood your question. Do you think you can rephrase?
If you have a target market and you've got videos that you're producing, how do you get to that target market?
Gotcha.
You do it through YouTube. You do it without them having to come to your website. What would you do to make your video more intrusive toward the general public?
Gotcha.
Or your target?
Understand. Okay. Well, I think there are, number one, I don't think there's one answer to that question. I think there are a lot of different ways that you can do that. On the general, I'll start generally. The main thing that I've learned when it comes to getting videos out there and in front of people, we all are aware of Facebook advertising and things like that, where you can boost posts and things like that. The main thing that I've come across that I can only say I've seen work time and time again is continuity. Are you just putting one video out there and then that's it? And then a month passed and then there's no other video, and then another passed and there's no video, and then another month passed and then there's no video? Is it something like that? Because if it is, by the end of the week, nobody's really, your video's kind of, it's still great, but as far as it getting in front of people's faces, not really. So the one thing that I've learned is one of the best ways to continue to get people's eyes on your content is to continually be putting out content. And of course, I'm not saying everybody here needs to become a video production person, definitely not. But what I'm saying is, like what Greg was saying, is create a plan. Before you're putting out that video, say we want to get to a point where we're putting out at least one video every 2-3 weeks or something like that. And each video is specifically targeting something specific. Like for me, I do video production, so maybe 1 week I'll be putting out videos on weddings. I'm trying to find brides, excuse you. I'm trying to find brides, no, you're fine. I'm trying to find brides in my area, and I want to be able to reach them. So I'm gonna put that out that week, and maybe I'll do that for the next, I don't know, I'll put 3 videos out for the next month. And then the following month, okay, now I'm targeting businesses. So now the content that I put out needs to be related to that. And so once you're doing that, it's a continual flow. It's not, the idea isn't to say, oh man, I remember that video that they posted 2 weeks ago. The idea is just for them to say, Damian does weddings. Damian did weddings. That's all I'm looking for. Just a little bird in your ear, you know, just to remind people that we exist and we're here to serve you. That's the end goal. So with everything that we're talking about, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, whichever it is, the goal is to, like you're saying, be able to get your work into possible consumers and buyers of your product. And in this day and age, the best way that I've come to see to do that is by continuously putting out content. And the next step after that, once you've gotten a plan of how you're going to do it, is then turn those consumers that are watching your work into actual interactors with your content and almost becoming walking billboards for your company. So where it naturally produces time and time again word in your community of you providing that source. So I mean, Greg hit it on the head. It's really creating a plan of action on how not to just post it one time, but what happens after that, you know? And that's the part that takes time. That's the part that you have to think a little bit more longer than just that one post kind of a thing.
I have more of a question / comment, I guess. I hope that's okay. But I think another way that you can think about it too is, what are the blog posts you're already doing? Or what is a picture post you would have done? Think about what you're already doing, and you don't have to completely reinvent the wheel. Just talk a little bit about your blog posts, and then you can promote your blog post with a video, maybe if it is even a month old. Or if you're gonna post an image of your event, you know, do a quick live. So you can always start small and just find the ways to repurpose what you're already doing and make it a video.
Agreed. Yes, sir.
Question for Damian.
Yes.
You said in the do and don't section about sound that it's more important than video. You've lost the battle if you haven't established that. My question is, it kind of actually brings up even discussion I'd love to have you later about just the history of even cinema. I mean, over 100 years ago, using silent film with soundtrack even, but then eventually having real audio. My question is, how do you establish guidelines for actual audio and videos versus soundtrack integration? Like, do you have any kind of way you go about that you would like to inform people on? Using audio from a event you're doing or video you're producing versus integrating your own soundtrack.
So you're more so asking about like the technicality of it.
Yeah, kind of logistics of what kind of guidelines would you like to give people in? Okay, they've got a video they've done from an event or from some promotional thing they want to give the consumer, but actual audio versus maybe a music, because obviously we know the emotional connection you can have.
Right. Gotcha. I think that's a question we all can tackle. I'll just, starting off, the first thing I thought of is, of course, every event is different. If I'm filming, if I'm filming a wedding, then I'll have separate audio that I will be recording myself. I've brought the equipment that's needed to record it. I'll just stay there. And then if I'm doing, actually, now that I think about it, for pretty much everything. Weddings, promotionals, filming an event like something like this, or filming an event at the conference center. For the most part, you know, I end up bringing the equipment that I need to film it myself. Now, a lot of the times if you're filming an event at, say, the conference center, like a live event where there's a presenter or somebody speaking, there's normally some kind of an audio AV technician there. And a lot of times I'd have a recorder that I would plug into their system. And that way I'll get the clean audio instead of trying to like shotgun a mic and try to throw the distance kind of a thing. I can just plug into their system and now I have clean audio. Yeah, that's the initial thought. You guys have?
To kind of hit on what he was saying with an event, you know, it all depends on what the event is. But, you know, let's say it was a 2-hour event. There's not a whole lot of people that are probably going to watch the whole 2 hours again. You know, you might want to create a highlight video with some good music in the background, maybe interview one person or two people from that event, maybe who was hosting the event, maybe get some testimonials, and create a highlight video of the event so people can see what happened in a fast-paced, entertaining way. But that way they're not having to watch the whole 2 hours just to see one little part. And then, you know, with having that music in the background, that's what's really going to drive people to actually continue to watch it because they're connected through that audio. Then you have the interviews and stuff like that that is carrying the video.
Just one thing to mention that's kind of the complete opposite of all this is on social media, I mean, when you're scrolling through, there's no audio. It's not automatic. Instagram, I mean, you have to click it if you want audio. So audio is definitely important, but also you need to like capture, like I think you have like 8 seconds to capture someone's attention. So definitely utilize closed captions with your audio, with your video, just to kind of have the whole package.
On that was my first thought, is I don't ever have audio on because I don't want to hear my kids hearing. So would you say create one video and have the captioning and the audio, or do 2 totally different types? Or
I think it depends on where you're delivering it. Like, I mean, Facebook, it automatically captions it for you. Yeah. Yeah. But some platforms, it depends. Like if you're, like I think YouTube, you have to be like 1,000 subscribers to have a lot of features. So you would have to caption it yourself. And if you are interested in that, it's rev.com, rev.com. I think it's like $1 per minute, and they'll just transcribe it for you. It's really cheap, so save some time.
Cost affordable sources for nonprofits who don't have a big budget to get some of the music that's not the standard stuff that comes out of iMovie?
I mean, there's a lot of license-free, royalty-free sites out there. I mean, they can range anywhere from $10 a song to $50 a song, or you can pay $200 for an entire year. There's tons of different options out there, and there's more than likely some absolutely free ones where you don't have to pay. I'm sure everybody and their mom is using those, but you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I would think, you know, you would just kind of have to look around and see what is within your budget, because there's tons out there that, you know, you can just pay a small flat fee and you can download as many songs as you need to throughout the entire year.
Yeah, I'll just real quick. I don't know if you know these sites, but Ben Sound's one site, like the name Ben and Sound. Okay, Ben Sound. Now, of course, these are royalty-free songs. They're free. So, of course, the quality's not going to, you know, but hey, you know, that's a starting. I used that for like 2 years. So, you know, so Ben Sound. And then actually, I'm assuming they still do it, but YouTube has an archive of royalty-free music that you can go to and use for free. Like I said, the quality will be lower than, you know, a song that you're paying for, but that's also an option. And then the best plan that I've seen that I use now is this website called soundstripe.com, where you can pay, at least when I bought it, it was a $120 subscription for a year's worth of music, and you can download and as much as you like, and you get licensing for everything, versus like MusicBed, where it's $50 per song. So I used to do that, and then I found Soundstripe, and yeah, so hopefully that helps.
You're welcome. All right. The next question, I'm going to kick this over to Glenn. Glenn, can you tell us how to determine when you can do video yourself versus when you need to bring in one of y'all?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's plenty of times where you can do your own video. You know, if you, let's say you have a restaurant and you have a new menu item and you're the general manager and you just want to get that out to your audience in a quick 10 or 15-second video, pick up your cell phone, record it, and post it. All that matters is that you're getting that content out there and that you're introducing your new item. Or maybe you have a sale going on, or maybe something just happened at the store, at your location. Maybe something really big happened, and you just want to get on and let your customers know that, hey, you know, we're going to be closed for the next 2 hours. Sorry about that. But where you should bring in a professional is when you're trying to promote your brand, when you're trying to promote your actual business, or you're trying to get a clear message out there that you're hoping will drive a bunch of customers your way. So then that way, they see the video and they go, wow, you know, this is a very clean, very well put video. This company obviously has their stuff together. I'm going to go visit this store. I'm going to go see what this restaurant's all about. I'm going to see what this yoga place is all about, or this new boutique shop. You know, anything like that, to me, is when you should bring in a professional and have them sit down with you, get your clear message across, storyboard it out, figure out how long of a video you want, because if you have a video that's over 2 minutes, you more than likely have lost your audience by that point. We like to shoot videos anywhere between 1 minute and 2 minutes. You know, we definitely go past that 2 minute mark plenty of times, but it just all depends on what the video is. So, you know, to me, those are two very good examples of when you can do it yourself. If you just want to say something to your audience, to your customers, your clients, just break out your iPhone, your Android. If you have the Rode mic, great. If you don't, that's okay. Just make sure you're in a quiet place, get your message across very clear and to the point, and post it. And you'll see a great reaction. But if you really want to sit down with a professional and talk about, well, hey, you know, like he was saying earlier, we want to create 6 videos over the next 6 months. What can we do? How can we tackle this? You know, what's the best way to go about planning all this and getting all of this recorded and shared with our clients or customers?
All right. Nailed it. All right, Damian. How can a business prepare internally for using a video production company? In other words, as videographers, what do you want your clients to know?
Great question. Man, I know we get opportunities like this to answer that question. I think the main thing for me, and just the way that I normally go about doing video work is, for anyone that we're working with, it's imperative to become very clear on the goal of the video. What is the reason for this? Why? What are you wanting to promote? Why are you wanting to do this? And having your entire team be on the same accord, like very clear, like laser sharp, you know, to quote Dave Ramsey, gazelle intense focus on what the goal is for the video. Because if not, when we end up meeting, you have maybe 2 or 3 different people that have 2 or 3 different ideas on what the actual goal for the video is. We are here to serve you. We want to help. We want to be able to put the best content out there. We want to be able to promote exactly what it is that you want us to promote. But it's very difficult to do that when the vision or the purpose for it is not clear. So especially when it comes to storytelling, when we're telling the story of a company, or we're telling a testimony of something that happened. Why are we telling that testimony? What's the vision for it? So that's the main thing. And then the other things are just things to prepare for. And then the other thing is, this is always kind of a touchy subject, but it's very difficult to create a budget for something if we don't know what we're going to need in order to film the event. So somebody's like, hey, we'd love for you to film a promotional video for our thing. A promotional video could be, like if we're filming a promotional video for Park Place, could be a 30-second video where the owner of Park Place is standing out there at the front, and we have a camera up and we're filming them, and they're saying, hey, come to Park Place, we love it, we want you guys to come by. That could be a promotional video. That will be priced much differently compared to, we're gonna set up an interview, we're gonna have lights, we're gonna have a redundancy camera and audio system, so that way if something breaks, we have another one. We're gonna film B-roll of people at the event at Park Place. That's like the difference between a $300 project and a $2,500 project. So it's very difficult to create pricing until we have clarity on what it is that we need to provide for you. So I think those two things are just kind of what came into my head as far as identifying just ways to help us out. But we're here to serve. We're always flexible, trying to figure out like how to make it work, and we want to have clarity the entire time and make sure you guys know every step of the way what's happening. But and the last thing is, it's a team effort. We can't film the video without said company participating and helping create the video. So there are responsibilities like getting into the building, responsibilities like making sure people know that we're arriving today, responsibilities like, letting them know that what this, how they are in front of the camera, being able to coach them through that process. It's a team effort, 50-50 the whole time through. And yeah.
Thing to add. I kind of said it earlier, but you really want to consider who's on camera. Do you have a higher or upper management person that's on the fence of being fired? More than likely, you wouldn't want that person on there. Now, of course, your employees are going to change. You're going to have your waitresses, servers, things such as that. Those are going to change. That's fine. But any upper management or owners, anything like that. Or if you have one owner that just completely refuses to be on camera, that's fine. Maybe find the director of operations. Maybe that person is excellent on camera. It doesn't always have to be the owner or the head person in charge, but just someone in upper management. And then it's always great to hear from just regular employees or, even just your customers even. Find a great customer that you think would be good on camera and, ask them if they'd be willing to do a testimonial for you. Again, it all depends on what kind of video you're shooting.
Just one quick thing is, it's very helpful whenever the company we go to knows their audience. That helps us know the direction of the video, partly with what Damian said, knowing the goal of the video. But if you guys know the target audience, that definitely helps on the production standpoint.
All right, we do have time for a couple more questions, and we have a couple questions on here, but I just wanted to make sure I open it up to everybody. Sure, Eliza.
At what point does it make sense for non-professionals to switch from an iPhone to a DSLR? When is it worth making that investment?
It's hard to say. To me, it all kind of depends on your budget and your expertise of a DSLR. How comfortable you are with shooting with it. Do you then have to buy additional microphones, additional stuff? So there's no really wrong or right time. It's just that if you feel that you can do this, that you think it will benefit you guys, that I would make the switch and learn as much as you can about that camera.
Well said. Yeah, I agree. I had a different initial thought. I was just thinking that when you're getting to that point where you can see the need that you're going to be putting out content like a good bit. But at the same time, I more so agree with Glenn. Being able to have it in your repertoire to have, like, there are some people that have cameras, it's the family camera. That's, got beach trips, all those things on there. But if you're able to have a camera that can do that as well as, have some nice pictures and some video from time and time again, and it's something that's in the budget to have. Yeah. So, yeah.
You got anything, Greg? What about, and I'm just going to point this to Greg because we kind of talked about this a little bit, and I'm sorry to put you on the spot, but We had a client a couple weeks ago who was looking for a recommendation for a DSLR, and you actually recommended like not getting a DSLR, right?
It was, yeah. So a consumer camera, video camera. So, you know, it's got you don't have to worry about putting the lenses on it. It's just point and shoot. They're not using their phone for it because, well, it was a school-based system. So, you know, kids, we don't want them messing with somebody's phone. So, yeah, I sent them this camera. They had internal storage on it, so they didn't have to worry about SD cards either. Just very straightforward, and I mean, they're getting content and posting it. You know, people like it, so that's what it's all about. And one quick comment too about phones. I mean, I saw the new iPhone release, and like, was it over $1,000 now? Like DSLRs, I mean, they're $500 now for a pretty good one now.
Wow, yeah, that's a good point.
All right, we have any more questions from the crowd? All right, I'll go back to my list. I think we got time for one more. All right. Where do I start when it's time to upload and post my video? And that's going to be you, Glenn.
I would think, you know, no matter what company you have, you need to have a YouTube channel. Even if all you're doing is posting one video on there because you decided to only create one video. But I'm sure everybody knows Google owns YouTube now. So anytime somebody types in best barbecue in Valdosta, what's going to pop up? You're going to have a list of restaurants pop up. But if one of them has a video that's connected to YouTube, they're going to pop up, more than likely pop up higher on that search result. So I would definitely post to YouTube, and then definitely keep in mind that this is the year 2018. You should never, in my opinion, never post a video in standard definition. Every camera nowadays shoots high definition. You should always post in HD.
Even the phones.
Yeah, even your cell phone will record in HD. So you don't want to post in standard definition. I mean, it's okay if you do because you're still getting your content out there. You're still getting good stuff out there. But if you have the option to post in HD, please do. People will definitely respect that quality and clear video. So you have your YouTube channel. You definitely want it on your website. How you get it on your website is up to your website developer. We personally, whenever we post to Facebook, we like to post directly to Facebook. Now, if you have a YouTube video that you're trying to drive traffic to, then maybe you want to post that link. But we have seen better analytic results posting straight to Facebook versus putting on YouTube and then YouTube to Facebook. But again, it all depends on what you're doing with that video. You know, I would just definitely make sure that, you know, it's posted in HD, you're putting it on plenty of platforms, social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anywhere you can, your website. And then, you know, definitely the right kind of tags, you know, tag Valdosta, you're a barbecue restaurant, tag barbecue, whatever you own, you want those tags in there. So when people start searching for those type of videos or that type of information, hopefully they'll find your video. Other than that, you know, a good title. And I mean, that's about all I have. What about you, Greg?
I'd say just that, add to that. Most videos, definitely YouTube. It's a thumbnail drives traffic a good bit, like a good looking thumbnail. It's crazy to say that, but it separates you from other video producers, really. And I can't remember where I read it, but it's like the play button is like, it's just, people just gotta click it. So like whenever they see that in their feed, they see that little play button. So if you guys have content that they wanna see, and they hit that play button, I mean, you could have a potential client right there.
Hey, Greg, what is a thumbnail?
A thumbnail?
I think there's some questions.
It's you know.
Yeah, like on YouTube, all the little squares before you click the video. A lot of the higher up companies, they just take a picture, like while they're filming, they'll take a picture of the event or whatever they're filming for and use that high quality image, and they'll put text on it, just something that grabs your attention.
Does anybody have any closing remarks before? Okay.
this work? Speaking this? Okay. Real quick, I just wanted to close by saying I'm very excited about this conversation in Valdosta. I am not from here. I've been here since 2010, so I've been here a good amount of time, but I'm very excited to see the conversation continue to grow in Valdosta pertaining to marketing, pertaining to video, and pertaining to just community involvement. So thank you, Ascend Inbound Marketing, everybody here for coming and for having us. One of the main things that I just wanted to end on is saying I know there's still at times a discussion or a thought in companies pertaining to if video is really worth it. Like, do I really get my return on investment when I hire a production company to do video for our company? Because I could use my phone. I can get my cousin Fred to film the event, all these different things. And one of the main things that I actually reached out to a mentor of mine and asked him the same thing. Like, is there a guaranteed return on investment for video? And the discussion ended just by saying, at the end of the day, honestly, it's difficult to quantify video plus people watching equals more money for company. At the end of the day, honestly, that's just not how it works. But what we did talk about is the video, like I was saying earlier, the video is that connection piece that connects the viewer to who you are. And that in return is that communication is the key to everything else. And I'm not saying video is the main thing for everything, because there's websites, there's video, there's flyers, there's marketing, there are all these different things. But what I'm saying is video itself, the video, the audio, the visuals is that connecting piece to the client. That's the thing where if people want to know more about Ascend Inbound Marketing, I have a very strong feeling that if they go to their Facebook page, you'll see a video as far as what they do. If you go to their website, you'll see a lot of information, but you'll also see video. So it's really that connecting piece, and your return on investment, it multiplies the more people see it. Of course, not everyone is buying the product just by seeing the video, but what I'm saying is, if you create a video in 2010, and by 2013, 30,000 people have seen it, I guarantee that one, that's helped a lot with your networking online and marketing, and two, whoever's been watching the video has received extreme clarity in identifying who you are and how that company can better serve that person, how it can make their life better. So I just wanted to say that. It's definitely something that we have a passion for. We enjoy serving and storytelling, and we want to be able to help whoever's in need of that. So yes.